Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 13 of my 3 vs 5 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, myself and 2 AI teammates set to Lord difficulty are up against a team of 5 AI set to Emperor difficulty. In this series, I'm playing as the Frostling Theocrat, Falsor Frostscroll. In our last episode, we managed to seize the throne city of one of my opponents, and you can see right here the city of Erelmont, which used to be the throne city of Zlassor, Origin of Sobek, who is my Lizardman warrior opponent. Of course, we were able to take the city over with an army led by Falsor himself, and as well, one of the heroes we were able to pilfer from our Lizardman warlord opponent. You can see him here, Turska the Stinky, of course, a Lizardman rogue. We were able to acquire that hero on the way down towards the throne, and we've now captured it, but I don't actually know where Zlassor himself is, so that's going to be next up on the block here, is to try to figure out where Zlassor is, so perhaps we can eliminate him from the game as quickly as possible, and then start working towards the remaining opponents on the enemy side. Now, before I dive into the episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some fantastic comments on the previous episode. The first of those set of comments is from Nolan Cook. Nolan mentioned that the Shadow Demon Brain unit that I saw last episode, and I was kind of raving about how cool they were, Nolan mentioned that they actually are a unit that was previously found in Age of Wonders Shadow Magic. So that's very, very cool. I really appreciate how the mod team is bringing back the units that were found in previous games and adding to kind of the diversity of the array of shadow demons that are available to fight against. So very, very cool there. And I appreciate Nolan mentioning that because, of course, I haven't actually played Shadow Magic myself, although that's certainly on my to-do list. Next up is a comment here from My Brain Hurts. Brain pointed out that the Dwarven city that I have could actually be an extremely powerful way to produce some infantry units that are very strong. And what I could do is, in order to clear out this Castle of the Lich King here, if I were able to do that and build the Library of the Dark Arts, that effectively makes it such that, let's see, monster units summoned within this city's domain and produced monster and infantry units have Fear Strike, which could be absolutely devastating. That's very, very strong, meaning that when your unit hits the enemy unit, it has a chance to cause fear, basically. And interestingly here, this could unlock the Soul Harvester, which I'm not familiar with. Let's take a look. Wow, okay, so it is an undead unit here that has greater life drain. Very, very powerful. Inflict bleeding wounds, inflict spirit breaking. It's considered an infantry unit as well, so it would benefit from the cause fear upgrade. Wow, now that is cool. And it's considered a, I guess this is a tier 3 unit. Wow, very cool. I would like to get my hands on these guys at least once just to try them out. So yeah, anyway, as My Brain Hurts was pointing out, if I can clear out this Castle of the Lich King, that could make the infantry units I produce in Rogue and Dur very powerful. So I really appreciate Brain pointing that one out. The other thing that Brain mentioned is that if I'm going to try that, it would be beneficial to have units with 100% spirit protection to clear out that Castle of the Lich King so that I can avoid the instant death ability of the Dread Reapers that are going to populate this castle. So good reminder there, because of course they can effectively one-shot any unit with a chance to kill there, and it's based on the spirit protection. So really good points there from Brain. The next set of comments is from Insert Username. Insert mentioned that my new rogue hero has both Sabotage and Cause Fear, as I mentioned here. So if we take a look, you can see I've been talking about Cause Fear, but this is actually the ability that you have to like select and then use. You can see it right here. Attempts to panic target enemy unit, and if the unit's panicked, they'll try to run away effectively. So this one isn't the one associated with actually melee attacking, but it is still a very, very powerful ability that can be employed when needed. And of course, we also have Sabotage, I think. Yeah, right here. And that allows me to deal damage to machine units or to a target enemy wall. So very, very powerful, actually. And I didn't notice that when I first acquired the hero. So I'm very glad that Insert was pointing it out. Insert also wants to see one of those new boats in action. And I actually agree. I think it would be very cool. So last episode, we got our boat production going here in Brunsund. You can see we've got the Galleon warship, but we've also got this Reaver warship, which is a variant that's available. And I am going to try to build at least one of them just to kind of get to see what they look like and, get to play around with them a little bit. So I agree with Insert there. I think it'd be fun to try them out. And then finally, we have some comments here from Death. Death pointed out that Mass Bless, which is the spell I got as a reward for clearing out that Forbidden Sanctum last episode, before I attacked the Throne City here, I cleared out this Forbidden Sanctum, and I was very fortunate to get Mass Bless as a spell. This spell is obviously extremely useful, and is probably one of the best spells I can get to kind of really buff my units in battle, especially as kind of a more defensive upgrade. And in particular, it's very, very powerful if I cast it early, because that way I get sort of the maximum benefit from it. So good reminder there from Death. In addition, Death also, just kind of a quick reminder, a bit of housekeeping here. There were some units that landed that took out, I think it was a watchtower over here. And those units are going to be very dangerous because I've got some cities, I've got a vassal here and another city there that aren't particularly well defended. And of course, I also have to think about guarding my new throne city, or former throne city of my opponent, which I've acquired. So I'm going to need to make sure I keep an eye on kind of what's going on in the middle here, where these units landed, because they could really cause some problems for me. So just a really good reminder from Death. As always, guys, a big thank you to everybody who left all of the fantastic comments and suggestions. They're extremely appreciated. And let's proceed into the episode, because, of course, we've got a lot to do, and we've got, some very, very strong momentum on our side. So let's see if we can keep it going. All right, so we have to decide what to do with our main units here. Now, of course, Falsor's stack has kind of done their thing already. They've used up their movement for the turn. I would like to probably clear out this tomb. I think that would be a wise choice. It also might be good to try to explore a little bit and see where maybe some neighboring throne cities are, of course. And we're also going to be keeping an eye out for Zlassor, as I mentioned. Now, for redistributing units here, we're probably going to want at least a couple to guard the city. And then I'm imagining we'll want the Martyr to probably join in with Falsor's stack here. I think that would be a wise choice. And then, of course, Turska here can tag along and form kind of a secondary group, while we leave a couple of units here to guard the city. But we'll have to kind of figure that out. That's for next turn, though. Let's figure out what we've still got to do on this turn. So I'm going to just jump around to a few of my units here and see. I don't truthfully remember what could still move at this point. We do have ourselves an Evangelist, which is very, very good. I think what I'd like to do is build another unit here to help kind of create a bit of a fighting force. So maybe like a Crusader or something to kind of soak up some damage. So I'm thinking a Crusader would be a good choice. The only thing is, let's just jump underground here and refresh my memory. Yes, we don't really have any units in the vicinity. We have our miner here who's been chugging away, making us some additional gold income. Been very appreciated on my end, because every little bit is going to help. And then, okay, these units are just kind of hanging out to help guard the gateway into Icorian's land here. And you can see here's Icorian's throne city. So we want to keep at least a handful of units there to help guard. They're not really doing a whole lot, but it's nice to have something there. Now, this group was going to eventually move in and try to clear out this spawning circle here. Let's wander over and see what we can see. It's not as well guarded as I remember it being. There is this tier 3 Frostling Undead unit that's going to be a real challenge, though. So I'm thinking we might need another unit or two to help out with that fight. But, it's certainly possible we could get it done. I mean, we do a fair bit of spirit damage with our cherubs. Our Lore Keeper does a bit of spirit damage. I don't know, though. That's a bit of a tall order. So I think the other option was to jump back underground. We were moving these units over. Yes, we were. Okay, great. So now let's get onto land here. See how much further we can go. Ooh, there's some gold over there. That's good. Ooh, and there's some roaming units. Okay, so we want to keep this stack together to have a chance to survive this battle. Pirate, scoundrel, scoundrel. Hopefully there's no assassin hiding in the stack. But again, the goal here is to move over into this area and find this way back up to the surface, this cave entrance right here. So if we... probably sitting right in the area we can't quite see. So that's the goal. And then if I can get these units up above, then I can use them to join in with this group, clear this out, and then maybe do a bit more fighting and clearing of other structures around here. So that's the game plan over there. So this group's going to just stay put for now, I think. Oh, right. Okay, and our rogue is moving down. That was a big development. Now, this is kind of unfortunate. We've got a city belonging to Farnor, and it's about to get captured by some kobold units. That is not ideal. Unfortunately, I can't... You know what? I could get over there and keep it from getting captured. The only thing is, you know, I hate to say this, but it might actually be kind of nice for me to grab this city. If it gets captured by the kobold units, then I can just swoop in and take it myself. I mean, it's a bit cheeky, but I guess I could do it. You know, there's lots of structures down here as well to clear out, so maybe actually landing with the rogue wouldn't be the worst idea. Because what I'm thinking is I can land with the rogue, kill off this unit to protect my ally's city, and then just keep moving down here. Now, these structures I've already cleared out, but there's a number of structures down here that I haven't cleared. Not to mention, I'm guessing I'm going to run into some enemy resistance on this front over there. So I think there's work to do. Not to mention, we've got a Forbidden Sanctum that's just begging to be cleared. So you know what? Let's do it. My original plan was to send this group down to aid my city over here, but I think we'll be okay. Even though I was talking about needing more defense, I think we'll be all right. So let's kind of wander on over. Get rid of these pesky units. Doing my ally a big favor here. All right. Now, I am going to try and get a hold of one of these units just to have... Let's see, we've got shooters and spearlings. I think we'll probably go for the spearling just because why not? All right. Not that I was that invested in getting them, but not bad to try. Now, the Whaler here can do some pretty hefty damage. They didn't quite get the immobilization, but still did a lot of damage. We can get up a little bit closer. Oh yeah, Spearling's down. That's great. Siege Trooper. Advance. Unfortunately, these Spearlings are going to hit one of my cavalry units for some hefty damage, but that's all right. Ouch. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Thankfully, we can drop a nice big self-heal there to fix some of that. And then with our rogue, we can get the finish here on somebody. Although I think the Siege Trooper, I'm going to try and get the kill over here. A little more experience for them. And then let's get the kill here, perhaps. Yeah, there we go. Just double check that we can't do anything else. We could go for a net, I suppose. Sure. Let's try it again, even. Oh, we can't quite get out of there. All right. Well, we'll go over here, and then we'll try for the net. Okay, they resisted as well. And then... Don't know... Let's see, can we get the kill? Oh, not quite. But we can get the finish like this. That's fine as well. Perfect. Okay, nice and clean. A little bit of damage to the seer, but nothing we can't just heal quickly enough. Now, unfortunately, we can't quite make it down to the haste berries, which would have been nice. But from here, we're going to just swoop down, as I mentioned. Maybe go for this Forbidden Sanctum, and then head all the way down. I suppose the other option is we head over and actually go for the Castle of the Lich King. Although these units don't have full spirit protection or anything like that. Although if we look at the Vampire Hunter, I think maybe he does. Yes, he does. So that's an option. We'll have to think about it. All right, let's see what else we've got for movement here. Just panning through our units. I think we've done kind of the majority. Now we're moving in to reinforce this group with our hero stack here, led by our nice warlord, who's very, very powerful. Right, okay, and we're working on this situation. Yes, let's get our Crusader in there, and we can clear this structure out. That's what we were waiting for, is getting that Crusader in with our warlord. All right, now the big trick here is just going to be the static electricity effect that's going to be in play, which, of course, means that all the enemies have static shield, which is going to be kind of nasty. I think what I'm going to do here is probably buff the Crusader, I think. It's kind of my fighter. Yeah, they've got pretty good resistance and very strong defense. So let's give them some buffs here. throw Frozen Flames on them, and we'll also throw Absorb Pain on them. Then we're going to let them sit in defense mode. Our White Tiger's ready to pounce, and our Ice Scraper's kind of ready to assist as well. Our Warlord's also quite powerful, so I think we're going to be fine. We just got to make sure we don't lose anybody unnecessarily. Oof. Our White Witch taking some damage. Alright, good news is we can flank the Wisp, get the kill, no problem. That's perfect. And now our Crusader could charge right in there. Our Martyr did take a little bit more damage than I was hoping for. But one thing we can do is drop a heal. Perhaps. Maybe what we'll do is we'll send our unit in first and then go for some healing. What we even could do is throw on a last stand. We could try to berserk somebody. Let's see what our odds are. Not particularly great. Can we get a pounce going? Not quite in range. No. Shoot. Our Martyr can throw some stones, I suppose. I mean, we could soften him up, get in there, and go for the kill with the Crusader. Not the worst idea, I guess. A little sketchy. I think we'll be alright. There we go. And then, you know what? Let's get our Warlord up in there to help out. Maybe we can even go like this. Is that getting in the way? No, we're still good. Okay, and then we can blast them for some heavy damage. Nice. Let's get the kill here. We took a little bit of damage. Nothing too catastrophic. And then the White Witch. Ooh, you know what? The question, though, is... would it be wise to try to maybe protect... Well, I don't think Spirit Blast is going to be enough to kill the Martyr. Or the White Witch, hopefully. So let's drop the heal. That might be famous last words. I guess we'll see. Okay, good. They went after the Martyr, so I'm glad I did that. Alright, nice. White Tiger can pounce here. Let's pounce on the Baby Shock Serpent. Excellent. Turned him around. We did get stunned, but that's fine. And then we can go over and attack the Watchling with the Crusader. Meanwhile, here we can... You know what? Let's throw on a Warcry and go for the flank kill here. Perfect. Alright, that worked out very, very well. And now, between the rest of our units here, we should be able to just do some hefty damage. Great. A little more. Excellent. Very nice kill. And we didn't lose anybody. That's the important part. Nice. A boost of knowledge. That's always good. Alright, so now with this group, we're unfortunately probably not strong enough for the Raven's Keep just yet with what we've got, so I think maybe we'll head down to try to group up with this Shadow Elf city down there. Unfortunately, my scout that was down here got killed off, so yeah, we've got lots of structures to clear, some knowledge scrolls to gain. Yeah, we've got lots to do with this stack, so that's good. Meanwhile, over here, we've done everything as we've already noticed. This group... Oh, nice. Okay, we've got movement over here. Don't know if we've made full contact with this group over on this side, though. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Negotiate. So, okay, they're not... They want us to pay them at this point, so we're going to hold off on any additional contact with them for now. One thing we could do, I suppose, is try to kind of go around. So let's do that a little bit. There's even some structures to clear out down there. Keep this cavalry with us as well. Alright, let's see what we've got for research choices here. Advanced logistics would be very helpful to keep us moving. But might be nice to spend some of this on clearing out some of these upgrades that... kind of just waiting on sort of clearing out. Like Order of Sacred Support. Let's see. This would turn all of our support units into devout units. And newly produced support units would gain an additional rank. That is pretty powerful. And if we apply this knowledge boost here, this is done in a single turn. I mean, again, it would be nice to start getting some of these additional upgrades as well, just to kind of clear them off the table. But I think I'm maybe going to grab the Order of Sacred Support, get that out of the way. And then it'd also probably be good to produce Exalted as well. And that'll free me up to then eventually produce the Shrine of Smiting. So let's do the Order of Sacred Support first. We'll have that next turn. All right, now let's do some production. Again, we don't have a ton of gold to work with, but we've got a little. So let's start working on a Crusader. And then Ostiel, I think we're probably just going to do merchandise. Right, okay, we've got our orcs down here who are just waiting on this Evangelist. Once the Evangelist is in the stack, they'll have a very powerful healer, and they'll be ready to go. So I'm quite looking forward to that. This group's just going to stay put. Right, okay, I have this little martyr who is moving up to do a little bit of scouting for me. Just up on the edges here where we can't quite see what's going on. Was mostly concerned about a spawning structure or something like that, so maybe we'll head over this way next turn just to make sure there's nothing hiding in the unknown that we can't quite see. And that's going to do it for our turn, so we'll end it there. Hope our ally appreciates us defending his city like that. Whoops. So here you can see our ally's throne city. Again, this is our Frostling Warlord ally. And, you know, he's actually done pretty well. The Warlord is reasonably strong. I can't say the same for Icorian, unfortunately. He's a bit less successful. Although, really, I don't think either of my allies is going to stand up to any true resistance. So it really is up to me. And that's kind of the way it's been this whole series here is, you know, I'm really trying to keep my allies alive. That was one of my goals at the outset, was to, oh, and look at this. Speak of the devil. Yikes, okay, we've got some units belonging to Edward Portsmouth moving in to attack Icorian. Well, I'm glad I at least have a couple of units. Not that they're going to be of much help, but at least we've got something there to help defend. We may actually need to redirect our rogue, even though we've sent him down this way. We may need to pull our rogue back just to provide protection for our allies here. And unfortunately, we don't have any additional vision range for what's going on down here. There may be additional enemy forces moving in right behind this group. We have no way of knowing at this point. I'm hoping he keeps this group on the city, because I think with my 2 units and his 2 units, that should be enough to deal with what's coming. At least if it's just this. If there's anything more, could be in some real trouble. Okay, we've just got to do a little bit of kiting on these brains until our reinforcements arrive. Just gonna get out of here. So yeah, that will be interesting, because again, if Edward's got any real muscle beyond just that kind of initial stack of units, we could actually be in some fairly serious trouble. I'm really hoping that that's not the case. I guess we'll wait to see, though. Everybody's just gonna kind of hide in the corner. I know this isn't the most glamorous approach, and I really shouldn't be using this strategy all that often, but I think in this case I've got my units moving into assist very shortly, so I'm going to kind of give myself a pass on this one like I mentioned in the last episode. Okay, so now next turn our hero will be able to move over and clear out those pesky Shadow Demon brains. Well, look at this. Zlassor is surrendering to me. I guess he's pretty bummed out that I took his capital. You know what? I think I'm gonna. I used this rule in a previous series where I wasn't going to accept their surrender, and I think in this case I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna force myself to hunt them down and finish them off the hard way. I think that's a little bit more enjoyable. So we're gonna decline. As much as I'd like to accept Zlassor's surrender, I'm gonna decline and force myself to hunt him down the hard way. All right. Now we've got a bow that's arrived for our rogues, so that's giving us a bit more variety in our ranged attacks. Spiritual Freedom's ready to go. We could have Hamlet join us. Ooh, and they actually have a quest. Let's see what it is. Ooh, the reward is a Halfling Hermit. You know what? Let's do it. End the terror at the mine. I'll accept that, and eventually I can send some units over to clear out some fairly basic units there, so get a free unit out of the deal. That wouldn't be so bad. Maybe I can send this stack over once things cool off a little bit. Got an alliance proposal here from our Archon dwelling. You know what? Yeah, 124 gold. Absolutely. And then Spiritual Freedom is ready to go. I think we were planning to throw that on our Dwarven city, or do we already have it on there? Let's see. We do. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember which city did I plan to use it on. Maybe the Orcs? You know what? Here we go. We can do our overview panel. Let's take a look. So we've currently got Spiritual Freedom. How many cities do we have it on? Let's just double check. So we've got it on 3 cities. So on our Throne City, on our Dwarven City, and I believe on our Shadow Elf City in the Shadow Realm. Let's just double check that to make sure I'm not misspeaking on that. Yes, here it is. All right, so probably our Orc City then, I think, would be the next choice. Either that or we throw it on to Arrowmont eventually, but right now I don't think that's of any benefit. I guess actually the other option would be to throw it on our boat-producing city and improve our galleons in Brunsund. I think this still applies to machines. So, I don't know. I mean, our Dwarven City, we already have it, so... Our Orc City, we are producing units, but I actually think it's probably better up here. So let's throw it on. I'm pretty sure this affects my boats as well. Yeah, all units produced. So, yeah, it should affect my boats, give them a buff. And then, you know what? We can start casting it again. And this time, throw it on our Orc City. All right, so now our Orcs have a healer, which is excellent. That's exactly what we needed. Now let's get an Orc Martyr going. And in the meantime here, we can use our Orcs aggressively, and let's start capturing some structures. That's what we've been waiting for. These Orcs have been just waiting to get into battle, so let's make it happen. All right, let's see here. We've got Orc Hunter, Wild Horse, Hamadryad. This is a tier 3 unit. Pretty powerful and does have mind control immunity. Also has regrowth, so we'll have to watch out for that. Otherwise, though, I think we should be fine. Orc Oppressor has taken a bit of punishment, so we might want to drop a heal from our Evangelist on them. Although I think first things first, let's buff the Crusader here. Yeah, there we go. Touch of Faith. Giving them a huge boost. Everybody else can just kind of move up gradually. All right, so now let's drop that big heal on our Oppressor. And kind of circle our cavalry around a little bit. Move our Crusader up. Just kind of want everybody to provide some support. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can bait them into attacking us. Ooh, I should have moved up my Evangelist. Whoops. Ouch. Nice, our cavalry doing a ton of damage there. Excellent. Very, very good work from our cavalry. All right, now we've got this convert attempt we can use. Probably on the Hunter would be the... Very nice. Look at that. Excellent. Okay, and you know what? We can turn the Dryad around. And then get the finish here with our cavalry. Perfect. Get the finish with the Oppressor on the Fell Horse. And then with our Crusader, flank the Wild Horse and get the finish there. Very nice. That's fantastic. Nice level up there for our heavy cavalry. Ooh, and a Fairy Pixie. Absolutely, let's take that. Would be great. So now we have... Let's take a look. So... Here's the Pixie. Take a look. So it's got Sprint. It's got Inflict Dazzled. That only applies to the melee attacks. Although its melee is pretty powerful. Look at this. It does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of damage. Three each. That's pretty powerful. And Very, very cool. Dedicated to good. I'm happy to have them. They have all kinds of protection. The only thing they're weak to is blight. Yeah, I'll happily take these guys. Projectile resistance, that's not bad at all. All right. Yeah, you know what? Let's try clearing out this Spring of Life while we're at it. The only thing we have to watch out for is this mammoth. So we will move our main orc force over like this. And then have everybody else join in, including our brand new pixie. Actually, our pixie can engage the battle. Kind of neat having a melee-based pixie unit rather than a ranged attack-based one. All right. So, we can't quite make it up to the hunter. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stack up my units here, provide some buffing. And then we will just kind of wait for them to come to us. Trying to throw a net on us, all right. Ooh, our oppressor got annihilated, but drop a nice big heal there. That's very helpful. And you know what? Let's step around this way and throw a nice big rock at that. Ooh, yeah, look at this huge damage we can do with our fairies. So let's make that happen. There's a nice kill. And then, you know what? We can do this. There's the kill there. And then our cavalry can war cry, go in for the hunter, annihilate them. Now all that's left are the toadstool fairies. Ooh, ouch. The Crusader took a bit of damage there. Thankfully, nothing we can't survive. Try for the conversion. Fail, unfortunately. But that's okay. We can use the Drudge here. Some big damage. Step in behind. Flank shot there. And then let's get the kill with the Crusader. Nice. And there's a big level up for our Crusaders. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, and a Nightshade Fairy. This is a tier 3 unit. Very strong. Happy to have it. Absolutely. I'm building myself a little Fey army to go with my orcs. That's actually pretty cool. Now, this group can... I'd like to clear out probably the Ancient Ruin next, so I'm going to move over this way. I think what we'll probably do is maybe send the Drudge back to guard the city, I think. And we'll move our fairy units in like this. There we go. Fantastic. I'm really looking forward to these orcs getting to clear out a lot of these structures. And I'd really like to get rid of this spawning structure before it causes me any more grief. So, really good turn of events there. Okay. Nice. Okay, public baths is done in our throne city. That's helpful. We could work on the Holy of Holies, but I think I'd rather get like a hospital or a great temple going. We just don't quite have enough gold at the moment, so let's see if maybe we can fix that problem. Although, I'm looking down here, what's this? Ooh, we've got some outlaw oil occultists moving over. These are more of Zlassor's units, so again, we need to figure out where the heck Zlassor is. Ooh, we can't quite make it there with our martyr all the way to that tomb. But with our main stack, we can, so let's do that. We'll head over here. Oh, we actually can't quite make it there. Okay, that's a lie. All right. Oh, and look at that. There's a city belonging to Zlassor, so I think we know where to go next. Meanwhile, with this group, I mean, again, we don't want to leave this city unguarded, but we also don't want to just leave our hero kind of sitting here to rot either. Part of me is tempted to maybe try and head down and see if we can grab this watchtower, although it might actually be unguarded. I don't know. All right, let's leave the priest here at least, just to have somebody guarding the city. We'll head down just to take a look. Don't think these oil occultists can... Oh, and look at that. Actually, that was really stupid of me, because now I've made it that they could just go and attack the city. Whoops. I mean, if they do, I'll just take it back, but that was kind of a bit of a blunder on my part. Yeah, and this is going to be a problem for sure. All right, Sacred Support done. Got our Crusader being produced. That's great. Like I said, I think we're going to send an army over to clear out these units guarding the gold mine there. So maybe we'll do that even. Let's send the Crusader with the White Witch and the Priest. We'll send them over to clear that out. In the meantime here for Leicester, you know what? Getting an Evangelist wouldn't be bad. The Crusader would be helpful just to have another melee unit. We've got so many support units there. So you know what? Let's do that. We'll get another Crusader going. Yeah, I think more Spiritual Freedom is going to be a good choice just to improve our units that we're producing. Let's jump into the underground. And check it out. I didn't realize this. Icorian's actually got a pretty good amount of units underground here. A number of his heroes are there. Icorian himself is underground. It's kind of an interesting choice, but hey, at least he's got something going on. We've got our little tunneler here making us the additional income. And you desperately need that gold, so we'll keep digging. Very nice. Let's head back underground here. All right, where are you? Up here. There we go. All right, so let's grab this gold. There it is. That's what we need to go to. So we're definitely going to try and make this happen. So we'll head over that way. Ooh, and there's those roaming units, of course, guarding our way up. Yeah, again, I just don't think this group is strong enough to take on this Frostling Ever Frozen at the moment. So we're just going to hold off on that. Let's go to the Shadow Realm. Jump over and see what our hero stacks can do. So again, this army, I think we're going to be able to make a few things happen here. First of all, we can head down. Ooh, and look at that. We got some production resources. We've got Wicked Flames of Growth. Let's clear that out. Try and get the buff for the whole stack. We've got a Tigran Pariah. Ooh, look at their armor. Very interesting. This is a melee unit with Overwhelm, Inflict Curse, Inflict Bleeding Wounds, Warrior's Honor, again, infantry. Considered an armored unit. Kind of neat. I like that twist on their armor. Very cool. Got a Brawler and an Epsilon Warrior. All right, let's make it happen here. But hang on, before we do that, might as well bring this unit down just to help out with the battle, because why not? All right. Should be fairly straightforward here. We want to get some more experience with our Paladins to try to get them up to silver medal rank and get them Bestow Iron Heart. It's going to make them a healer, which is going to help me out a lot. Buff our hero, and we'll buff our Crusader, I think. We'll move over like this, and one thing we're going to do is we're going to use Guarded by Flames there onto our Crusader. Got our other Crusader as well to assist us. Now we're going to let them come to us. Okay, going after my hero, that's fine, because we've already put the Absorb Pain on. It's paying dividends already. We can 1-2 punch this Brawler, I think. 1. And there's 2, and a nice level up for our Martyr, getting very close to gold medal. We're now at silver. Of course, when we hit that gold medal rank, that's going to give us the evolution, which is what we're after, into an Exalted. Paladin here can cruise around behind, get a nice big flank shot. Crusader can follow that up and get the kill. Alright, now our Crusader can advance over like this. Stomper, we don't want to actually get into a fight with the Stomper, I don't think. But it might be nice to actually try to guard our Martyr a little bit, so maybe we'll go here. One thing I suppose our hero could do is try and do a little bit of damage here. Nice. Yeah, going after the Martyr, not really unexpected. So again, good chance here to maybe get a little bit more experience. Paladin can get involved. Very nice. Hero can get involved here and get the kill. Perfect. Excellent. Look at that. Crusader got a nice level up. Martyr got a level up. And our other Martyr got some additional experience, so we're in really good shape here. Alright, so now let's head down and clear out the production resources. Maybe even grab the watchtower while we're over here. Meanwhile, let's grab that mana. It'd be a real... You know what? I might actually consider paying for this just so that I can move through their borders without kind of pissing them off too much. I mean, it's expensive, though, and I don't have a lot of gold to spare, so maybe it's not worth, but... Let's get this done. Wondering what production resources are going to give me. Hopefully it's something quite useful. I mean, it's always nice to have something that's free, right? Human Knave. Looks like it's a tier 2 pikeman unit with Overwhelm, Armor Piercing, Coup de Grace, Armored. And then we've just got a standard human pikeman tier 1 unit. Hang on, what is that? Tercio deals an additional 4 damage, physical damage to mounted units. Interesting. Like an added buff on top of being a pikeman. So they're like extra good pikemen against mounted units, apparently. Alright, well, one thing we do have access to is this, just to soften them up ever so slightly. So let's see, we can move our Martyr over like this. Drop the heal. Transfer pain. We're going to let them keep coming to us. Alright. Now one thing we can do is try for a Dazzle here. So let's see if we can make that happen. Nice, there's a Dazzle on that pikeman, that's good. Okay, so now we're going to have to use our Crusaders here to really guard our heroes. Actually, I would like the Martyr to maybe get out of the way a little bit. Kind of an unfortunate spot for him at the moment. Yeah, and he's got no really good way out of there. I think he's going to get hit no matter what he does. So let's throw him in defense mode. He's going to take that hit. He might even take 2 hits. That would be really a shame. All right, we'll use our Paladin, even though it's going to take a lot of damage from those pikes. We need the protection. Really can't lose a Martyr. Dang, I kind of screwed this one up a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's what I was expecting. Nice. Okay, they're tanking that damage as needed, which is great. There's a kill. There's almost a kill, which we should be able to follow up with here. Perfect. See if we step on over. Oh yeah, big blast here. And then we should be able to get the finish. No problem. Very, very good. Nobody died. And we got to level up with our Paladin. Nice. Okay, barracks or a wooden wall. I'm going to take the barracks, I think. Even though the wooden wall, would be nice. I think the barracks in this case, because I actually don't know if I necessarily want the wall. Thankfully, our hero can get over... help out now, so we should be able to engage this battle now and have no difficulties. Kill off these pesky brains, keep our city safe. Alright, so classic strategy here, we're going to just boost our most powerful unit, which is our hero. Just an absolute beast. We're going to just let them come right up to us here. We tried to inflict brain rot, but it was resisted, thankfully. Blessed arrows, that's pretty good. Dryad can move up and get the kill. And then we'll let him just come right to us. Nice. Ooh, look at this. Big flank shot followed up by big kill there from my Exalted. Perfect. Okay, so that takes care of them. Now, we need to go clear this out because this is just going to keep causing problems for us. So, I think that's next up on the agenda here is to send this group down that way. Again, we're just lacking healing in this stack. That's really the biggest issue we currently have. Sadly, none of these units are going to be able to assist with that. We can't produce anybody here yet that's going to be able to make that better either. So I think we're going to just have to tough it out for now. Although, I almost forgot, we've got here a few units that can help. So let's send the Draconian Elder down there. Oh, and look at this. Fantastic. Okay, we'll move the Tiger off. Have the Elder join in this stack next turn. Fantastic. Well, there we go. We got ourselves a healer. We also got a nice level up for our Dreadnought here. I think Lightning Rod banner might come in handy. Pest Control Squad would as well. Animal Fae and Monster Slayer. You know what? I think that might even be more useful just given being in the Shadow Realm. So we're going to grab that. And then we'll grab the Lightning Rod banner as well, probably next level up. Let's regroup. There we go. Very good. So the Shadow Realm's looking pretty good, actually. This group's going to keep on moving. Right, so we've made peace here. They want to become my vassal for just 60 gold, absolutely. Right, we're working on our evangelist up there. Let's see what else we have going on now. This, yeah, they still want us to pay them to be able to have peace. That's the thing we're kind of running into. Oh, I'm very tempted to do it. We'll have to see. See what else we can decide while we're waiting. Maybe a few more of our units can move. Oh, we have to move our rogue. That's right. All right, so now we've got a bit of a decision. Do we want to turn around and try to help our ally who might be in worse shape than we can see here? Well, you know what we can do? Let's... Okay. Take one more step. All right, well, it doesn't look like there's any other units there, at least as far as I can see. So maybe we'll be okay. So let's just go back and sit tight. This group's going to sit tight. So our rogue... We can grab the haste berries and then head down here, and we want to get to that Forbidden Sanctum. Either that or we go for the Castle of the Lich King. Either way. Here we're just waiting on that Crusader. Let's look at our research choices here. So we finished off other upgrade. Getting Exalteds wouldn't be bad. This Altar Node Empire bonus. I'd love to get this with just some of the rewards that I get rather than spending my, 180 on a 60 cost item. You know what? Let's do Produce Exalted. Get that one out of the way. Over to Osthiel here. Again, most of our cities we're just going to do merchandise because we don't really have the income at the moment to... Some of this is just we have quite a large army, and so that's costing us a fair bit of upkeep. All right, this guy's just going to guard the city. You know what? All right, let's do it. I hate to do it, but we'll pay him, and then we can grab that gold, and we're not going to piss anybody off, so that's probably fine. our orcs down here. We want to go and grab that, so they're just going to stay put. This guy's going to keep guarding the city. I mean, again, I'd love to get this spirit healer over to my orcs, but you know, that'd be quite an adventure to get him all the way over there. So I think for now, we'll just keep him where he is. And we're going to end the turn there. Boy, I gotta say, though, having these enemies on the doorstep of Icorian is making me very nervous. And who knows, you know, maybe sending my rogue away wasn't the right choice. Maybe I should have sent my rogue over to try to help. I guess only time will tell. My worry is that, you know, once he gets through... if Edward is able to get through Thoriel, then he's basically got a clear shot at the Throne City, and once the Throne City falls, it's very easy for him to then snipe Icorian himself and, you know, kick him out of the game, which would, you know, render one of my sort of victory conditions moot at that point. The victory condition, of course, being to keep my allies both alive. Okay. What about down here? Let's see if he moves these oil occultists. It's currently Edward's turn now. It looks like he might have moved these units off because I no longer see them. I'm glad I have these units here to at least kind of help. Looks like the oil occultists might have retreated back. Perhaps they're pulling back to the city to guard it. Alright, so what we're going to aim for here, we're going to use Falsor's group to clear out the tomb and then go from there over and try to grab this city, whatever it is. Maybe we'll find Zlassor himself. Domain invasion at Tilso. I think that's in the Shadow Realm, but we'll wait to check on that one. Okay, lots of things have happened here. Let's check out the domain invasion first. Ah, look at this. Okay, we've got more roaming units, so those need to die. Let's make that happen before we do anything else. Get our healer in there as well. Hang on, before we do that, though, let's see what else happened over the turn flip. Nice, okay, Eternal City. We're the first to own a metropolis. Fantastic. So we just get some kind of flat bonuses for this city. Very, very cool. I'll take it. An item arrive. Some torso gear for our warlord. Hey, that's great too. Ooh, nice. We have an obelisk of life that was produced. Next up is the Holy Altar. And then I believe once that's produced, we'll be able to then build the next structure that gets us further along in making more powerful units, which is great. Ooh, some dragons want to join us. We just don't have enough gold. Of course. Ooh, and look at this. There's some Shadowstalker Cutthroat combo coming into our vassal's domain. It's less than ideal. Spiritual Freedom is ready to go. This little dwarven city's ready to join us, but that is not looking good given that there are some nasty animals there on the doorstep, so we're not going to accept that. So while we're down here, let's move this group over. Climb on up. Hop in the water. Of course, once they are over to this island, we can then clear this out once and for all. All right, we have our first galleon. Check this out. Very cool. Excellent. So now we're just going to keep cranking out galleons, although maybe once I have 2 of them, I'll build a reaver. I think that's going to be the plan. Unfortunately, the galleon by itself isn't going to be able to do a ton. We kind of need like 2 of them at least, but Let's just keep him here for now until there's a friend to go with him. And this unit is continuing to act as a deterrent, so we'll keep him there. Talked about this group already. Rogue. Let's go down and see what this Forbidden Sanctum looks like. Hoping we're strong enough. Ooh. Mass Bless is going to be in effect, and there's a Shrine of Smiting. Yeah, this could be a tough one. Not to mention a couple of pretty decent Crusaders. And then some Tier 1 units. And these are going to throw on Absorb Pain. Or at least the Martyr is. This could be a pretty tough battle, all things considered. But, you know, I think if we maybe use a spell or two, we can probably make it happen. So let's give it a shot here. It's a bit of a gamble, but I think it'll be worth it. Okay. The Shrine of Smiting is obviously a big concern. Gotta watch out for that. And then the other big issue is going to be probably the Crusader, although I'm less concerned about that. I think between our Mammoth Rider and our Seer, we can probably handle the Crusader all right. Thinking. Soften him up slightly. Put our Mammoth Rider up there. Meanwhile, our Siege Trooper is probably going to be put over here. My only concern is that the Siege Trooper's got really low resistance. Might be a bit of an issue. Whaler might even be a better choice, although I think we'll be all right. This is kind of tricky because we really could take a lot of damage actually here. Could go pretty poorly for us. All right, let's soften up this Puto a little bit. There we go. Ugh, I get the feeling I'm gonna regret doing this battle. Oh, yikes. Shrine of Smiting does a lot of damage. Okay. We can blast him for some damage here. Nice flank shot. There's the flank kill. Mammoth Rider's moving up. Let's get our Siege Trooper involved here as well. Big damage. Shoot, okay, not able to do much damage because of that Spirit Protection. Or we did get the kill there, that's great. You know what, let's step over. Do a little bit of damage. Have to be very careful, though. Oh, yikes, Divine Vengeance. That was nasty. Man, that hurt everybody. My hero's in really rough shape now, so we got to get the heck out of there with her. The Vampire Hunter, thankfully, having that Spirit Protection, escaped the worst of it. Try for the Ensnare. Nice, okay, that unit's in a net now, so we don't have to worry about them. Siege Trooper's fine, so can move in and attack the Martyr. Very good. The Mammoth Rider can blast the Shrine of Smiting for some big damage here. Just keep that up. Oh, and we fumbled it. Shoot. It's not what I was hoping for. And our hero, like I mentioned, is in really rough condition. So let's get over here, though, and get that backstab going. Nice. A little bit of lifesteal, too. That's helpful. There's the kill. That's what we really needed. And then our Seer can actually charge over and attack the Iconoclast for some pretty good damage. So let's make that happen. Perfect. Okay, let's see what happens next here. Oh, man, that ranged attack is deadly. Seer holding its own against the Iconoclast here. Yeah, there we go. No problem. Move the Vampire Hunter over to help out a little bit. Same with the Whaler. Not quite the kill. Shoot. You know what? Third time's the charm here. There we go. Alright, now the Siege Trooper can step up from behind. Flanking damage. Oh man, this isn't going to be enough to kill the Shrine, though. Shoot, and you know what's a problem now is the Shrine might be able to kill my Oh, I guess it can't. It's in melee combat. That's fine. I was thinking my hero might be in big danger. Oh, he rammed my unit. Almost killed him. Alright, we'll just drop a heal. And then let's get the kill with the Siege Trooper. Oh, that was a little scary, but we got it done, and I don't think we lost anybody. No. We got some nice level ups here with the Seer and the Siege Trooper, so all in all, pretty good battle. Pretty good outcome. Oh, and look at this. Summons a Dire Penguin. I'll take this probably just for the casting points. Although, you know, I'm looking at this. I mean, summoning a Dire Penguin's not really that useful. The gold, however, 400 gold is a pretty big deal. Especially at this point where I'm kind of running low on gold. I mean, again, the casting points would be nice. But I'm almost inclined to sell this for the money. Because again, the Dire Penguin, I think that's a tier 2 unit if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's not terrible or anything like that, but you know, it's not amazing. Oh, that gold is so tempting. Yeah, you know what? Okay. I had to think it through. I'm gonna take the reward mostly for the casting points. I can throw Spiritual Freedom on and still have some points left over to do something else with. Now the big question is which city. I'm thinking either Narmbach or my frontline halfling city over here. You know what? The frontline halfling city might be the better choice. I don't know. That said, my orc city's making some very powerful units over here, so... Let's see. We're not currently producing anything there, though, so let's do it in the halfling city. There we go. And then, you know what? Here we go. We could summon a Dire Penguin. Oh, it is tier 1. For some reason, I thought it was tier 2. I think I'd actually prefer the cherubs over the penguin. We could do a paid absolution, or we could just straight up do another Spiritual Freedom, which isn't so bad. So, you know what? Maybe we just do another Spiritual Freedom and we throw it on over here. Like that. There we go. Alright. Fantastic. Well, I want to wrap the episode up fairly soon here, but maybe another battle or two before we... you know what? Let's do the tomb battle. That'll be fun here. Let's clear this out. Oh, yeah, look at that. Banshee, Tomb Guardian, Orc Deathless Rider, Skeleton Warrior, and a Zomblin. Should make short work of this with our Theocrat, but... Okay. So, let's throw our little free spear attack. And then we can cruise on back and buff our Parade Guard, who have been absolutely fantastic for us so far. Ooh, look at that. Charge right in, do some hefty damage. Our Martyr here can buff our hero with Absorb Pain. Nice level up for them. Our Nomad Chieftain can assist with the Deathless Rider. Our Crusader can provide a bit of protection as well. Banshee throwing on a whale there. Let's get rid of this Banshee if we can. That would be helpful. Actually, maybe we kill the Tomb Guardian. Yeah, there we go. Let's step over and make this gone. Very nice. Land Guard can engage the Skeleton Warrior. Perfect. Raid Guard can get the finish there. Crusader can deal with the Zomblin. Chieftain can finish off the Zomblin. Perfect. Excellent. Let's see what we get out of this. Shimmering Orb of Aldor. This is a jewel item that gives +2 resistance. That's a pretty decent item, and we get a little bit of gold too, so I will take that. I'm going to send it over to my heroes for sure. You know what? Maybe I'll just give it to my rogue hero who's right beside me, more or less. That way it gets there immediately. And then just equip that so as soon as it gets there, it's in effect. And then let's cruise over. Ooh, look at this. Okay. So we've got a nomadic outlaw dwelling, and it is just full of tier 3 pikeman units. That's actually going to be a very tough battle for me. Not to mention these oil occultists. I might actually not be able to win that battle with what I've got here. So maybe I will need these units to come over and assist me. Although it would be nice to maybe clear this out first just to improve our vision range slightly. See if we can make that happen. This is actually going to be a tricky battle. I don't want to lose anyone. Unfortunately, I think I might have bitten off a little more than I can chew with Falsor's army there. All those oil occultists could prove challenging. We're going to throw on Guarded by Flames on our Brute. We're going to step back and let them come to us. Nice, the Brute doing a good job tanking some damage there. The Slitter can just die here like this. No problem. This is a longbow shot, so we can do some pretty good damage, actually. And then let's step up with the Brute and just engage them in melee combat here. Ooh, ouch, that projectile. Nice, okay, continuing to tank that damage very, very well. A nice big heal on the Brute. Cruise around behind, get that backstab bonus, and then get the kill here. Very nice. And a level up, too. Can't complain about that. Let's make it happen. So, ooh, we could grab Charm. That wouldn't be so bad. Poison Knowledge, that's a good upgrade. I also like Counter Poison as well. Of course, Assassin Strike is always a winner. I think I'm going to go with Charm, though. I really like that one just to try to continue recruiting units for the army. Alright, so now that we've done that, we have access to the Watchtower. And at least kind of see the south now around the throne. So, I think what we'll do is we will move over to try to reinforce Falsor. Because, again, I think Falsor might be in over his head a little bit. If he used all these units at once, he could attack me quite easily and potentially win, because he's got all these tier 3 units here that are going to really cause problems. So, yikes, that's a bit scary. But I think this is a good place to leave it. So we're in a tough spot with Falsor, and we're still keeping the momentum going, but you know, things could turn south pretty quickly thanks to all of those outlaw units. So here's what we're dealing with. Still don't know where the rest of our opponents are. It might be worth summoning a Cherub eventually in the domain of Arrowmont and then kind of just scouting quickly just so we know where everybody else is. Save it right here. Call this one episode 13. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.